Petracca to Collingwood. Here's how you get it done. So before we jump into this video, and I'll explain a little bit about what this video is in a second, a couple quick things I want to talk about. Hoodies still available, still limited edition, numbers dwindling, incredible. Second thing is subscribers. Now, it's saying that the last 28 days, and you can see that graphic down here, 70% of people watching aren't subscribed, and like 20% of people are subscribed. If you are a Collingwood supporter, hit that subscribe button. It's free, costs you nothing. I know I know it's a pain in the ass. You have to sign into your Google account and stuff like that. And I understand if you don't have a Google account, who doesn't? But if you're a Collingwood supporter and you're enjoying my content, or you just enjoy the video, hit that subscribe button. I am on my way to 10K. I want to get there before the start of next season. It's been a goal of mine for so long, especially since I started the channel. That's my goal. So if you're a Collingwood supporter, hit that subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, I love you. Tell your Collingwood mates, your family to log into their YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 10K, and I will do the biggest giveaway ever seen from a YouTube footy content creator. Now, this video. So I haven't really talked about Christian Petracca too much. I'm putting off doing a video. I want to, because I think we need him and I love him so much. So I will do a video about him eventually. But I asked you guys on Instagram, what would you do to get Christian Petracca? What trade deal are you making to get Christian Petracca over the line? And there were literally hundreds of submissions, and I would love to go through every single one of them. I've picked out a handful of my favorites that we are going to run by now. Oh, and quickly, before I put these up, I'm going to keep these anonymous as well, just because if I was to post these on Instagram from the story, that would come up anonymous, so I'm just going to keep these anonymous. Anyway, the first one is a doozy. Hill goes to Freo or West Coast Eagles. So you remember earlier this season, there were that one rumour from that Western Australian SEN guy that said Hill is unhappy at the Pies with the deal and stuff like that. And West Coast and Fremantle are looking at him, wants to go back home. So he reckons, this person reckons Hill to a Western Australian team for a future first. So we get a future first back, and then we send off 2 future firsts, a 2024 second, which is pick 34 at the moment, I think, plus Reef McGuinness to Melbourne, and that will land us Petracca. That is a lot to give up for a 28, 29-year-old Christian Petracca. But, and I know this is a big one off the bat, and I would never give Hill away, but let's just say Hill did want to go back to Western Australia. That probably seems the most likely. It's 2 future first round picks in 2025. So let's just say Melbourne are probably not going to have a good year next year again. They're probably guaranteed 2 top 10 draft picks straight up, and we get Christian Petracca. Who says no to that deal? Let me know down below. The next one is another big one. This person suggests sending Jordan De Goey over to Melbourne and a future first for Petracca. They don't say what we get back or anything like that. So we're just going to assume here that it's pretty much a player-for-player swap, and we give away a future first next season. Now, our future first next season could be anything. It could be, like exactly what happened with Lachie Schultz at the moment. We could finish 18th. We could finish first, and that would dictate it. But do you want to send De Goey? Is Melbourne taking a De Goey? The only way Melbourne would take a Jordan De Goey is if Petracca leaves, obviously, because that's this trade. Clayton Oliver leaves as well. If they have 2 of those players leave, because there are sort of rumours that Clayton Oliver leaves as well, they'd probably take that deal. I would hate to give Jordan De Goey away, but when you're trying to get someone like a Christian Petracca in the club, a Chris Judd, a Bailey Smith, you're having to give away prized possessions to get these players through. The next one says Kruger and Ash Johnson and a future fourth for Christian Petracca. Melbourne aren't taking that. Melbourne aren't taking Nathan Kruger and Ash Johnson. Even though they need forwards, they're not taking that and a future fourth. They're going to want first round draft picks, second round draft picks, and a really good player. If that, they're not taking that deal, and I'm not giving away 2 players and the future fourth. I'll give away 100%. I don't care. It's a future fourth. I'm not giving away Kruger and AJ. The next one we got here is future first rounder, 2 second rounders, Finlay McRae and Reef McGuinness. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 things, players, or I guess they're all players, 5 players pretty much, for 1 Christian Petracca. Again, doesn't say what they're giving back. This is just what they want to give. That's a big play. A future, like, are Melbourne in the market for like a Finn and a Reef? Maybe a Reef, because they need those forwards. But again, they need those big forwards. They need the Harry Mackays, the Charlie Curnows. You know how they need like a big Dan McStay type guy there. Reef isn't that guy. He's a good third third foil. Sorry, I've been corrected on that. But they're not taking that, and that is way too much to give. The one thing that I have noticed with all of these submissions is that people are giving away a lot to get a little. Now, I know we want Christian Petracca, but people are giving away so much just for a little slice of it. Now, this one is interesting. This person says, I hate the idea of losing IQ, so Isaac Quaynor, but he's realistically our most desirable asset. Now, with the news that John Noble has left us. So this was done before John Noble announced he wants to get traded out. IQ is the most important halfback that we have at the moment. But this person is right in saying that he is realistically our most desirable asset, because we're not going to give a Dacos away, or either Dacos is away. We're not going to give someone like Ed Allen or anything like that. So who's next in line, and who's up there next in line? It probably is Isaac Quaynor, who could command a first round in and of himself. Melbourne could definitely use it, but are you giving away a vice captain who's just signed a 5-year contract, or you know, he's got his contract for another 5 years, away for a Christian Petracca? That's a good thought exercise. I personally wouldn't do it, but I can see why IQ is, in their words, the most realistically desirable asset. It's an interesting one. Would you do it? Let me know down below. Feel like this person has it right. I feel like it can only be a 3-teamer. It's definitely, if a deal for Petracca is to go through, it's definitely not going to be just between Collingwood and Melbourne, because obviously we don't have the commodity, the pick commodity. Could it be between John Noble to the Gold Coast, Lukosius to Melbourne as that sort of forward mid, and a couple of picks to, and we get Petracca, and then there's a couple of pick exchanges as well. Could that work? Could Lukosius, a early second round or 2 second rounders and Lukosius sweeten the deal enough, or do they want that first round? I dare say they're not going to budge from that first round pick, but I definitely think that it is going to be a 3-teamer. This person's giving us their ins and outs. So out, Jordan DeGoey, Darcy Cameron, and a future third. So Darcy Cameron just been announced in the All-Australian 44 squad. And in comes Track and a future third. Sorry, I meant future second before. In comes Track and a future third. Melbourne probably take that and run. They get a premium midfielder. They get a premium ruckman who is going to be behind Max Gawn. We know that Max Gawn's just extended. They'll probably take that and run. Not going to happen. Darcy Cameron is our guy for the next few years. We don't have anyone coming up under him just yet. It is going to be that Oscar Steen. It is going to be Alex Condon. It is going to be Iliro Smith. They're not ready yet at all. Condon is playing basketball for Florida State or something like that at the moment. So Melbourne would probably take that, honestly. Collingwood aren't going to give away that. Like, again, you don't want to sell your entire farm just for a bundle of carrots. I know Petracca's better than carrots, but like honey glazed carrots. That's how nice Petracca is, like a honey glazed carrot. This is what I mean when I say people are giving away the farm to sell the farm for a bunch of honey glazed carrots. Future first round pick plus Finn plus Reeve plus Ash Johnson for Christian Petracca. I like the creativity, but that's just too many players. When do we see four players plus a future first round pick, 5 players for one player? I dare say if anything is going to happen, it's one player and 2 picks is probably what's going to sweeten the deal. This person, nice and blunt to the point. We've got no chance. We've got nothing of value to offer. And that's correct. We don't have anything of value to offer. I still think we're a chance. I don't know why or how, but I still feel like we do have something of, we have nothing of value to offer, but I still feel like we are a chance. Just have to get those picks in. Got to start trading these guys that we don't want to trade if we're to say that Petracca is going to be lining up next to the Dacos brothers next year. This person says, nope, it's a dumb idea. The bloke may never return to footy as he was before. I'd rather try for LDU in 2026. Now, that's actually a really, really good point. We know what Track went through to get to this point. We know everything that happened. He even came out and said that he was practically on his deathbed. Like the surgeon said that he might not make it through the surgeries and stuff. Will he be the same player as he was before? I think he will be, but it could be a little bit different. He could hold back a little bit. Who really knows? It's a big psychology, this game, especially coming back from an injury like that. We've seen it with like Dan McSay. We've seen it with all these ACL injuries and stuff. So that's going to be really, really big, and it does make a really good point to think about. And now the last one, which I don't think Melbourne can say no to. This might be the best trade that I've seen ever. And when you're sort of thinking Christian Petracca, what is he worth? Is he worth, a top 5 pick? Is he worth a top 3 pick? Is he worth a future second? Is he worth Ash Johnson, Craig, blah, 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 blah? Is he worth Jordan DeGoey? No, he's not worth any of them. He is worth this right here. This guy's 2005 Vice President Paul Licuria's signed football card. Give it to Melbourne. They frame it. They get it 10 out of 10 authorized. It's worth at least on the open market, I'd say about $250. And we get Christian Petracca. How could Melbourne say no to that deal? But anyway, guys, this has just been a little bit of a fun video. Thank you so much for all of your submissions. Let me know down below if you think we're going to get Christian Petracca. What do you think is the best deal to get him? We'll talk about him in a future video. There's going to be so much more trade, draft, all of this content, off-season content coming out. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and I'll see you next time. Double Shackers. I'll swoop you later.